Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself. I'm Dvir, co-founder and CEO of Agrowing. In this presentation, I'd like to demonstrate to you how Agrowing's disruptive multispectral sensor technology can take aerial precision agriculture from the good old NDVI remote sensing to a first-order AI multispectral analysis which results in precise and actionable data. Such analysis is the indispensable foundation for reliable autonomous spraying and early-stage suppressing of agricultural pests and diseases. But before we start, let's go back to the basics and have a perspective of the problem that we are trying to solve. The magnitude of the world's yield loss is nothing less than overwhelming. Pathogens and pests reduce food security at global level. The loss percentage of the leading field crops speaks volumes. The economic losses in the US alone are estimated at over $40 billion per year. Early detection of pathogens and pests is the most efficient way to reduce the losses percentage. Easy to say, still not that easy to deliver. So let's see what it takes to do the job. First, we need to comprehend that growers and service providers don't really care about technology as such. All they need is simple, actionable, trustworthy information. Such information includes 3 simple replies to 3 simple questions. 1. Is there a problem in the field? 2. If there is a problem, where exactly is it? 3. What is it? The sooner they get the information, the better, as they need to act and minimize damages. For years, scientists have tried to analyze and detect various issues in the field based on satellite and remote aerial imagery. The NDVI remote sensing map on the left was acquired by the Sentinel-2 satellite, and the NDVI map on the right was acquired by Agrowing sensor. The resolution of Sentinel's imager is 2 meters per pixel, while the resolution of Agrowing's sensor, as used by the Italian Padua University in this research at 120 meters altitude, is 2 centimeters per pixel. Still, even with 10,000 times higher resolution, the NDVI map on the right cannot provide definite and trustworthy analysis, telling the grower if the bed sections of the field are infected with potato blight, Colorado beetle, or some nutrient deficiency. The philosophy of science is rather simple. The tools we are using set the limits to the certainty of our empirical evidence. Sir Arthur Eddington described an ichthyologist who casts a net into the water and brings up a fishy assortment and systematizes what it reveals. No sea creature is less than 2 inches long. But we know that there are plenty of sea creatures under 2 inches long, only the holes of the net which was used were too large to catch smaller sea creatures. Satellite imagery is far from sufficient for first-order analytics. A Sentinel-2 single pixel represents 4 square meters of blended vegetation and soil. 300 feet or 100 meters imagery of 4 centimeters per pixel is also insufficient for definite identification of pests and diseases. However, multispectral imagery of sub 1 millimeter per pixel provides the necessary information for accurate classification. Close-range multispectral imagery, in this case about 0.5 mm per pixel, captured by a multi-rotor drone, enables reliable detection of distinctive multispectral signatures of various vegetational disorders. Capturing 10 and 14 narrow multispectral bands of 8 to 10 megapixels per band opens a window to new opportunities, including autonomous in-the-field detect and spray applications. Unfortunately, things are more complex and present a harsh dilemma. A 1.7 cm per pixel scan of a 100 hectares field will result in 20 gigabytes of excellent NDVI analysis, but no AI. A single millimeter scan of the same field for great AI classification will result in over 2.5 terabytes, which cannot be handled efficiently. Sample scanning of the field is risky. Diseases could spread from any unexpected spot. Scanning the entire field in high resolution is impractical. It results in datasets that are too large to be dealt with. So, how do we solve this dilemma? Agrowing developed a smart imagery method of remote and close sensing, bridging over the huge gap without compromising the scanning of the entire field. First, a high-altitude UAV scans the entire field, producing high-resolution detailed NDVI map according to the survey's parameters. The map is processed and normal and outlying areas are defined. In this case, we can see 3 outlying areas. A low-altitude UAV is sent for close-range imagery acquisition of such normal and outlying areas of interest. Such imagery provides the required multispectral data for definite AI classification and enables delivering growers the geotagged, actionable data they need. This sort of telescopic imagery acquisition method seems like a rather simple solution to the data volume dilemma. So how come it is not the most common practice? Because the typical multispectral, multi-camera based sensors simply cannot do the job. Unlike the state-of-the-art sensors, Agrowing sensors were designed with a remote and close sensing concept in mind. All our sensors have multiple lenses which are adjacent to each other, capturing the imagery by a single Sony APS-C or full-frame wide dynamic range sensor, top-of-the-line mirrorless camera, and a mechanical shutter. We enable acquiring imagery from as close as 2 meters without any parallax, chroma aberration, and synchronization issues. Our basic 4-band solution has low distortion, high-quality 25mm focal depth optics. It allows us to offer a high-end yet affordable 8-megapixel solution based on Sony's R10C camera and 10 megapixel per band based on the Alpha 6000 camera series. Our award-winning patented sensor design allows us to capture 4, 10 and 14 perfectly aligned narrow spectral bands with no parallax, chroma aberration and synchronization issues, as proved by research of Professor Tomaselli of Sao Paulo University. Our radiometric calibration was developed with the collaboration of Professor Carl Salvaggio of Rochester's Institute of Technology. Agrowing's sextuple 8-megapixel 14-band sensor offers nothing less than a revolution. Researchers can explore new horizons with it from a high altitude and at a leaf level. Based on our sensor's unique qualities, we have established the world's first multispectral imagery bank and developed the first AI algorithms which prove the efficiency and robustness of our technologies. We are collecting multispectral close-up samples of pathogens, symptoms, and of pests of various crops from all over the world. The integration of Agrowing sensors with the leading drones is a straightforward and simple task. If you already have a Sony R10C Alpha 6000 or Alpha 7 camera, which is integrated with your drone, you're all set and ready to go. Agrowing will support you with the processing software, which allows you to process the acquired data with any of the leading photogrammetric software applications. If you have some high-end solution with an Aplanix board, you are all set too, as Aplanix supports our sensors. We are working closely with Gremsy, and you can use our sensors with the T3, V3 and PixU gimbals. Our R10C-based sensor is closely integrated with Unix H520 and H520E drones. You are invited to take a closer look at our website, agrowing.com, and we'll be happy to see your logos added to our list of selected partners and customers. Thank you for your kind attention. Please take a look at agrowing.com and take care.